Hi everyone, this is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. I greatly appreciate them. This is the Sunday weekly forecast for August 7th through the 13th. It is not just solely set for that week, though. If you're seeing it on a certain day and it still fits your situation or it makes sense, please, by all means, utilize it. For those of you that watch regularly, this is sort of where the energy is headed. I do speak in broad terms. You need to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. If it doesn't, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything's wrong or broken. You just might be working on something different at this time. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of my daily videos. In there is things I want you to think about when utilizing the channel, and also ways to support the channel, what decks I'm using, how to contact me via social media for private reading, or to follow me. Easy ways to support the channel. Please hit the thumbs up button. Right. Oh God, this dog. Why don't you go lay down? You've been super extra all day. Go lay down, please. The puppy is just like, I don't know, he's just working everybody today. He's like, wow. You can also share the video out, leave me a question or comment, hit that thumbs up button, or subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I put up new content. I do put up content daily, so you will get notified. And let's see what's going on. Each card should represent for a day or two per week. Some of you may experience all of these cards and then some. Some of you may experience just only one of these cards. There's a lot of flexibility with the reading, so don't get stuck on anything that I say or anything that you experience and it's not in alignment to the reading. Nothing's wrong. All right, so let's see where we're going this week. So at the beginning of the week, we have the King of Pentacles. I'll take it. Earthbound energy, right? He is the master sort of manifester, the creator, the provider. Our focus may be on money. Our focus may be on our material wealth, how to grow that wealth, how to create more abundance in our life. There could be, moments of generosity, either us being generous towards others or others coming into our life and being generous towards us, helping us to maybe achieve, our our monetary goals. The King of Pentacles can represent the earth signs, right? So Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. We could be dealing with somebody with one of those signs in the early part of this week, but generally as a rule, it's the King is oftentimes a very positive card. He's about growth, maturity, financial gain, making things happen in a very sort of measured or steady pace. For those of us that have projects that we're working on this week, in the early part of the week, certainly, this would be a good time to give our full attention to how to build it, grow it, make it more of a reality, right? A palpable, actual payoff in a way, right? That's sort of the King of Pentacles, putting our ideas to work. Now, when I say that, you can apply this to all sorts of different things. It doesn't just have to be money. Let's say some of us are working on a relationship. Well, then the King of Pentacles is going to be about being grounded, productive, solid in our intentions, solid in our growth, giving ourselves a nice steady direction of provision or providing for the growth of, say, a relationship or a new job or a new endeavor that we want to take on or expand. He would be a very, how do I want to put it, productive and steady energy to see how to grow whatever it is that we want more of in our life. Does that make sense? So this is a really nice way to start out the week, is my opinion. So let's look at the midweek card. We have the Ace of Cups. I love it. This is a beautiful Ace of Cups. I love that we have the lotus blossoms in the background, which to me represents spiritual growth. The Ace of Cups is aces oftentimes are like new beginnings, right? The Ace of Cups would be an overflow of love. So it's funny that I was using the King of Pentacles as a love example and how he would fit into that. this Ace of Cups also kind of parlays into that sort of same vein. So the way that I'm kind of looking at these two cards for this week is, I'm going to say this: whatever we love this week, and that could be anything for each and every one of you, right? It can be, maybe we love a certain type of work, or maybe we love a hobby, maybe we love a person or a relationship, or some sort of friendship that we want to expand or grow bigger. This is the week to do it, or at least in the early and midweek. The Ace of Cups is that idea of overflowing, connecting not only emotionally to whatever it is we're dealing with, but also sort of feeling it at a very compassionate, love-based level, right? Being able to see it, new doors opening up. I feel like, and also I will say this too, the King of Pentacles is earth energy, Ace of Cups is water. They are complementary to one another. So wherever we're steady and progressing in the beginning of our week, by midweek, emotionally, we should be connecting to it at a deeper, more profound, maybe even unexpected level, right? That would be the Ace's sort of new beginnings energy, right? So we might see a new path forward, a new opportunity towards something that we care deeply about. And that can be, like I said, many different things for each one of you. So this is the week to kind of take practical steps, take practical action, move forward, and then begin to feel the reality and connect to the abundance that exists there, or that we can create there. Now let's look at the end of the week. End of the week is Nine of Wands. Look at this like Yul Brynner looking guy. Okay, Nine of Wands is that element of fire or the spirit, right? And the Nine of Wands is about having learned something through maybe hard lessons. Traditionally, this card is depicted as a man that looks like he's worn from battle. He's wearing a bandage on his head, and he has 9 wands laying in front of him that he's sort of created like almost like a fence or a border. And I always interpret it as if, some of the harder fought lessons or wars that we've, won in a way, maybe we've barely made it out of the lesson or the idea, but we've been changed at a level that is so sort of profound and deep that we are able to take that experience, even if it was negative, and utilize it for our own betterment, for our own awareness, for our own knowledge, right? Now, 9s are about personal completions with a cycle or situation, person, relationship, whatever. So we could be coming to an understanding of how to kind of let go of maybe perceptions, ideas, thoughts, ways of communicating in the past that have not served us. Where like with the 9 of Wands, it's always like this idea of the hindsight is 2020, like where we are smarter because of the experiences. It's almost like embracing those experiences, even if they weren't necessarily at the time pleasurable, or they may have, certainly been challenging, but they've taught us something. They've enabled us to kind of come to a place of understanding and awareness that has allowed us to maybe make this completion, make this change within ourselves, where we've actually learned something, or it's not been like the total experience was not in vain. Now, when I look at this coupled with the other 2 cards, it feels to me like there is an opportunity here, not only for us to take that practical action towards growing something that we care deeply about, we will expand that. And in doing so, I feel like the 9 of Wands comes in and lets us see where we've been transformed at a deeper spiritual level in maybe our belief system. Maybe we were limiting ourselves, judging another person or a situation as being something that was detrimental or not, how do I want to say this, like not to our liking. But I feel like with the other 2 previous cards, this 9 of Wands almost feels like a release to me. It feels like a letting go. It feels like an acknowledgement or an understanding of what we've been through, why we've been through it, and how far we've come from who we were when we were in that situation to who we are now. And the reason why I feel that is because the Ace of Cups would represent newness, and the King of Pentacles is about sort of material creation. So whatever it is that we're expanding towards is also kind of on some level allowing us to see, grow emotionally, but also understand what we've learned along the way to get ourselves to this point. I hope that makes sense, right? I also like that he's kind of a strong warrior, and I also like that his body is positioned towards the future. He doesn't look like he's as guarded as a traditional Nine of Wands, but he almost looks like he's taking those two sticks and getting ready to take lessons learned and move forward in a way that is empowered in strength. Those two sticks to me feel like his, I don't know if weapon is the right word, but they feel like they are the knowledge or the wisdom that we've had gained from the past, and we're utilizing it to further our journey now into the future with more wisdom, awareness, and strength than we maybe have had previously. Okay? And so hopefully that applies. You'll have to leave me a message and let me know. Let's see what the Shamanic Medicine Oracle cards have to say. Now, this Medicine Oracle card will be with us throughout the week, so keep that in mind. And it is air, creativity. So what I like about this, and I'm just going to say this, the first thing that kicks off is we have all four of the elements represented this week. We have the Earth in King of Pentacles, we have water in the Ace of Cups, and we have the Wands in Nine of Wands, which is fire. Air, creativity, is the element of air. So we have all four elements working for us this week. Air feeds fire. You know, just similar to how water and earth are complementary to one another, air feeds fire and fire consumes air. When I look at this, she's sort of swirling around in the possibility is the first thing that I think about, and especially when this is represented by creativity. There could be opportunities, because air is the element or the realm of the mind, where, you know, Wands is spirit, Cups is emotions, and the Pentacles is like predominantly material, but I also associate it with the body, right? So we have body, emotions, spirit, and mind here. She feels like she's swirling everything up, like there's all sorts of possibility. I love that she's naked in the sense that there could be very new, tenable, or like I don't get a sense of vulnerability, but I feel like there's a sense of newness to these ideas that we have this week. Newness to how we're communicating, newness to how we are maybe pursuing whatever it is that we want to expand and grow, whatever it is that we want to connect to emotionally, whatever it is that we want to sort of have learned, progressed through, and assimilated the knowledge. Air here, she feels like she's having a party, right? She's being creative in her thoughts, creative in her communication, creative in the possibility, and she's swirling it all up, mixing it about, and finding ways to bring about the change that the King of Pentacles would be able to manifest at the physical level, that the Ace of Cups would manifest at the emotional level, and that the Nine of Wands would have learned from and assimilated into actual wisdom and knowledge and education at the spiritual level, right? So to me, there feels like there could be a big shift in how we see our world, what we see as possible, what we connect to. It almost feels, when I look at all of these cards, it feels like we are connecting more to the idea of possibility, change, and creating new opportunities for ourselves this week from a place of excitement and almost glee. Like I get a little bit of a glee from her. And I love, like, not only does the nakedness make me feel like the ideas may be new to us, or the thought patterns that we're having, or the possibility might be exciting and all of that, but it also feels very, what's the word? Like, I don't know if exposed is the right word, but it feels very much like either exposed or available to us, right? In an enjoyable sort of, I don't know if simple is right either, but it feels like enjoyable and simplistic and exciting. That's my feeling. So let me read creativity or air to you. There could, and I'm just going to say this, there could just be something in the air this week that opens us up to the idea of change and possibility. The winds of change billow as air fills your wings and directs your journey. Work with this medicine through meditation and connection with the astral world. The power of air sweeps through your imagination, gracing you with fresh ideas and awakening your creative juices. Disregard doubts about your ability, as your fears will blow you off course. Instead, breathe in inspiration, stand firmly in the eye of the storm, and know your ideas and visions are valid. When you truly get creative, a gateway to real logic opens and beckons you to a world you have been longing to discover. Call upon air to assist you with all aspects of ingenuity. Paint, draw, write, dance, and be free as the creative spirits of air fuel your imagination, encouraging you to make wishes and to dream big. You are being urged to take your head out of the clouds and leap into action so that air can usher in all that is needed for you to fly towards your goals. This is a time of fertility as air blows you towards new beginnings. Throw caution to the wind and watch as your visions manifest into reality. That also would be King of Pentacles, Ace of Cups stuff there too. Air revealed. The element of air is vital for our survival, for without it we would all perish. On a very deep level, each breath in reminds us of our communion with nature. All living beings are dependent on air for their existence. Air governs the magic of the four winds. It is the common denominator that binds all things together. From tempestuous winds, hurricanes, and tornadoes to a fresh, gentle breeze, this element is the breath of life, from our first breath of birth to our last. Other divinatory meanings. Work with the element of air to still the mind. Meditate daily, a perfect time to begin new projects. Trust the images you see in your mind. Get creative. Go into nature, listen to the wind, take long hilly walks, parachute, skydive, take a risk and follow your dreams. Air speaks. Upon the breeze, whispers talk. Parachute, skydive, hilly walk. Air fuels the mind, brings clarity, enchanting creativity. So, and I love all of these leaves around her too. Like, to me, these look like all sorts of different opportunities or possibilities that could be surrounding us right now. And we get to choose which one we want to take. Now let's look to the grounding stone. And what we want to ground in, okay, it just said long hilly walks and connecting with nature. The stone is nature, right? And oftentimes I see this as, this is an element to ground in this week. When I think of nature, not only do I think of nature like the natural world, plants, animals, the wind, signs from spirit, all of that sort of stuff that can come through the natural world. But where does our own true nature connect into that, right? If we find that there's an opportunity to expand our nature or how we relate to something, how we connect to something, both emotionally, maybe physically, and even spiritually, this is the week to do it, right? Not only do we get to see that in the sort of opportunity of being creative and letting our environment kind of like interact with us, and we can connect to nature in that way, because nature to me can also be like the environment around us, right? But where and how is our own nature, or our own perceptions, our own way of looking at things, how are those things being transformed this week? Where and how can we be creative, have fun, find joy, and open up to new ideas, new thoughts, new possibilities, and make that our reality? So keep that in mind this week as we move through the cards. It should be a really brilliant week is my feeling. I'm kind of excited after seeing this reading. Feels like there could be big shifts and big opportunities, and we get to be at the helm to decide how to create them. We'll do so from a place of wisdom and intelligence for sure. That is your forecast. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, please hit the thumbs up button. Share the video out, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a question or comment so that I know that you're here and whether or not this is making any sense to you. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, and we'll see how this energy builds. Take care. Bye-bye.